Now I'll agree with you. I need to shave, you know. But I'd say when that election process comes up to re-elect Trump, I want everybody in America to look at Article 3, Section 2, Clause 2, and what the president's sworn duty is under the Constitution of the United States of America and what he's supposed to do for other public ministers. I think I've defined that pretty well. And all I want to do is be a Navy chaplain. But about all these things said against me, some of them were true. Yeah, I drove on a suspended license sometimes. One time I drove on a suspended license because the driver was inebriated. And if I'm loving my neighbor as myself, I'm not going to let her drive. So I made her pull off, and I got in the driver's seat to drive her to my friend's house where we were going. Now she woke me up. I was asleep at my house. Said, "Hey, get in the car, let's go." I got halfway down the road, and I'm like, So that's what you're supposed to do. You know, I went into court. You want to measure me on that? He said, "Hey," I said, "Yeah, I'm guilty." "Are you sure you want to plead guilty?" I said, "Yeah, I want to plead guilty. I drove. She was inebriated. She couldn't drive. So I drove the car." The judge, the measure that I measured, he measured me. He gave me a $100 fine. Court costs, everything included. Because I'm a man of my word. But what I want to know is the President of the United States a man of his word? Because I've seen a few speeches where he said, hey, he's giving the power back to the people. And he want to make sure that everybody can live out their American dream. The only thing I want to do is preach the word of the God in the Navy. Because, see, I took Navy ROTC in high school. I did all that stuff. Got in a car wreck, messed up my knee, kind of put a damper on my plans. And I did martial arts competitions too. It put me out of going to the Olympics. I didn't cry about it. I just tried to do something else. And all I want to do is be a Navy chaplain, because all I really ever want to do is go to the Navy. Hey, my dad was in the Navy. So I want to be a Navy chaplain. You think you can make that happen? I mean, under Article 3, Section 2, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution, I think I fulfilled that more than over and over again. My cup overruns like an insane man that's insane for God. So if that's not a good enough application for being a Navy chaplain, to preach the word of God to our troops, then I don't know what is, man. You tell me. Because obviously somebody in government doesn't understand what a chaplain is. Because if you're telling me that I have to be approved by man, then in that book that you're preaching from, it says you seek the approval of God or of man. Okay? And if you're anointed by God, then thine will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Why can I be a Navy chaplain? Okay? So if I'm not clean shaven and a Navy chaplain, what's the problem with that? I want to preach the word of God to our troops. What's wrong with that? Okay? Show me how to do that. Prove it. Because if you can't prove it, you're not a man of your word. Which means everything you're speaking to the American people is just like the false words of these Pharisees. That's my re-election campaign for you, brother. Show me. With the same measure that you measure, so shall you be measured. And if that ain't preaching the word of God, I don't know what is. But I love you.